Bites. My name is Angela. I'm a business growth strategist, and I go live every week for this week's Business Bites. But this week I actually changed the time because I actually have a person with me that I'm going to present in a moment, and we are going to talk about a little bit about how to grow and scale your business, because that is something everybody wants, right? But the problem is that we see a lot of entrepreneurs struggle, and they are stressed and they are overwhelmed and they get burned out, and they lack that kind of recurring revenue that needs to be in a business. So they actually built a business that they actually don't love, right? We built a business that we don't love. And with me, I have Tom Hobbs, that is the CEO of HobbSolutions. Hi, Tom, and welcome. So nice
Thanks,
to have
Angela.
you here. Hi.
It's so nice to be here.
Yeah, I'm so excited to have you. And I want you to share a little bit about you, what you do, and what is HobbSolutions, that we want to know.
Oh, perfect. So HobbSolutions is my consulting agency where I actually take people on the journey to go from the business they don't love today to having business freedom, because it is a journey to business freedom. But what does that mean? Business freedom means you're working in a company that you love. You control your schedule, you control your geography, you control your time. And all of those things culminate in this gigantic organism called your business. So that's kind of the core of what HobbSolutions is. How we do it is our secret sauce.
Yeah.
But there's tools, there's training, there's tips, there's resources. You know, there's what do they call them? Almost partnerships. We're going to use that term very loosely, where I jump into somebody else's network like yourself and share, and you do the same with mine, which is how we actually met.
Yeah, exactly. That is how we met. And we're going to talk about that because I mentioned earlier about that a lot of entrepreneurs get kind of stuck, stressed, overwhelmed, and they built this business that they don't love. Why do you think that is?
That they get overwhelmed, or that they built a business that they don't love?
That they built a business they don't love. All those kind of things, when you put it together, it's a business that you actually don't love.
I think everybody starts with the best intentions, right? We all start with a passion project, and then this business grows around it. And all of a sudden, the passion that we started with becomes convoluted with the 17 hats that we have to wear every day, between being the bookkeeper and being the tax planner and being the business development person and designing new things. But we move away from our passion and we get stuck in the rest of the business. That's where I think it stems from.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of entrepreneurs also, I mean, I can just look at myself. I was stuck in complicated things. So we overthink and we overcomplicate things. So we kind of, you say, we move away from the passion that we started the business having, and we wanted something out of it, and then we are just exhausted and we just, I don't want to do this anymore. Right. This is not fun.
Yeah, and let's take your story as a perfect example, right? You wanted to teach people fitness, so you built an app. You jumped straight into the most expensive thing you could possibly ever do. But you were looking at, how do I reach people? You were looking at, how can I deliver this to more people? And that was where you landed. What you didn't realize, though, is that it's really difficult to build an app.
Yeah, it actually is. And it costs a lot of money, a lot of stress, and a lot of mental health. I can assure everyone. And I think, unfortunately, if we look online, a lot of new entrepreneurs also get kind of drawn to very tactical things, because the marketing is promoting a lot of tactical things, right? Like automation and stuff like that you maybe not should start out with. I speak from my own experience, right?
I second that.
And I think it's a really kind of, but it kind of draws them in that you need thousands of things to make your business work, and then you try everything, right?
Right. Two of the most important tools that I have in my arsenal are my pen and the piece of paper that I take notes on. Beyond that, yes, I have a computer. Yes, I have an emailer. Yes, I have all those other things. But those are the two most important things, because I actually think while I'm listening that way. I can
Yeah.
see results while I'm listening that way. I can also go back and reference them because I write their name and date on the top of the paper when I'm doing that client induction. Some people prefer to do it on a whiteboard. Some people prefer to do it on their computer. Whatever your mode is for collecting information, absolutely, that's the first tool.
Yeah.
Beyond that, it's not quite as important.
No, and you can actually build your business to six-figure with a phone, you know.
There
So
you go.
it's kind of and I talk about it a lot. That I love simplicity, and because I come from a really complicated way of running a business. So when I flipped over to the simplicity side, I was just, yeah, this is where I need to be. And I wish someone would have knocked me on the shoulder and said that years before when I started out building my own app, for an example, right?
Well, and
So
there's a second big reason that entrepreneurs have an issue, I believe. And that's because running your business is lonely. And the lonelier we get, the more pulled away and distraught that we become, the less happy we are. So it's not just the company that ends up being the problem, it's the self as well. So we have to work, in order to build the company, you really need to build the self. And that literally builds a community that you can openly share within.
yeah, you're so right. I actually didn't think about that, but it's true. I mean, when you're a solopreneur, you are all alone, and sometimes, unfortunately, not a lot of people that are around us support us in the beginning, right?
Or
And
the later parts.
yeah, exactly. So it's going to be really lonely, and that could be a part of that as well. Yes, absolutely. So we're going to jump into, I wanted to talk about a summit. That was actually how we met, right? So I'm a
Yes.
speaker at your summit, and that summit starts on Thursday. That is the Amplify Your Business and Life conference. And
Correct.
you have 28 speakers. Why do you feel like you wanted to create this summit now? Why is this important right now?
Perfect. Because it's actually the perfect time. The economies around the world are going down the drains. Everybody's wondering what tomorrow is going to look like. And like you mentioned before, businesses aren't being built on passion any longer. We all need money. So that ends up becoming our prime driver. But you can control your own economy by going through a bunch of different steps, one of which is controlling your mind. Number two is controlling your business development. You talked about that early on. But also then it's being in your passion. When you're in your passion zone, you illuminate a room in a much different way than when you're in the I'm running a business mode.
Yeah.
So it ends up attracting more people to you. So the purpose behind this conference is to help people figure out how to control their own economy through mindset, action, finances, business development, all those different tools, all the hats that we have to wear every day, but then to also put it into play to create the passion, to reignite the dream that we built the company around so that money becomes not a problem.
So this starts on Thursday, right?
We start on Thursday with a live panel, no less.
Yeah, that is so exciting. That is so exciting. And you have 28 speakers. So how long does this, because you run it in a different kind of way, right?
Yeah. So I'm kind of putting it out there in small chunks. You know, a lot of conferences run 21 straight days. And they have 75 speakers and it's massive overwhelm. So I didn't want to do that. So we're actually dripping content out in shorter bursts. So we're going to do 3 to 4 day bursts. I'm running it in 4 sections, so 7 speakers per section. There's a live at the beginning of each section, then the speakers, then a break. Because we need the break. Our brains can only take in so much. And then the second session will start, and then the third, and then the fourth. So there's value in each one. The first section, we're really diving into how the money matters in your business. Then we're going into amplifying your business. Then we're going into the mindset of the business, and then we're going into amplifying your life around your business. So it's a broad stroke.
Yeah. I like that format because, as you said, it can easily get overwhelmed, and that is what we want to move away from, right? Because we talked about entrepreneurs are already overwhelmed, and it's in the economy that we are in, people are already kind of stressed, and they feel they don't have the time, and they can't kind of sit down 3 days, maybe 3 entire days, and they're already stressed. So this is a perfect kind of way of running this kind of thing at the situation that we're in, right? So you have 28 speakers.
The jury is
love
out.
this. What did you say?
The jury is out. I'll let you know how well it goes at the end.
Yeah, of course. You never know. But I believe that, because we can see that people now search for quicker things. They want to have faster things, because they're already overwhelmed. So to puncture it out like that, small steps, that is a really good way to not overwhelm your audience, right? To make it simple.
Keep it simple. Yeah. And there's a Facebook group, so that there's other opportunities to network as well. Exactly.
So I wanted to touch the speakers a little bit, because you're going to get the link soon. You have 28 speakers, and when you look at them, there is fantastic speakers, right? So
they come from all walks.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit how you chose the speakers?
So everyone was interviewed, first and foremost. I went through a pretty extensive interview on the front end, and we literally filtered out noise. So it's the question that I asked was, take yourself back in your journey. What do you wish you knew earlier in your journey that would help you grow faster today? You know, your story was really interesting because it centered around tech.
Yeah.
My story isn't that dissimilar, except I haven't built my app yet. It's coming. But right now I run my data through an Excel spreadsheet, which is fun too, but that's a whole different problem. But everybody came through an experience. They've all grown from passion project to pain in the rear end project.
Yeah.
So it's how could they get over that hump? How can they do it faster? And it's the 3 points that they came up with that they all wish they knew to amplify their results faster.
That is amazing. And what I really feel when it comes to this, that when you have done the journey yourself and you kind of speak from your heart. So when it's like when we built offers in my business, when we built our group offers, I always say to you that you need to provide, what did you wish you knew 5 years ago when you did the same journey that you are going to let your clients go through? And that is really important. And since I wish that someone knocked me on the door and told me that you don't need all that stuff, come on, move away from that, pause it. You need to focus on your content and start having conversation. I actually speak to people. And that is something that I wish. And that is what I do in my business today. That is how I have my solution to the problem that I solve, right? So it's kind of tied back to also what kind of offers, what can you bring to the market? And that is important when it comes to sharing your knowledge, that you have this kind of tied back, almost like a conviction. What did you really wish you knew, right? So that is amazing.
You have an amazing little tidbit inside of your interview that I don't think I'm supposed to tell everyone, but I want to give them a little snapshot. You actually said to me, either in interview or off camera, one of the two, that the two main issues that most of the entrepreneurs have right now are that they do not hold their clients accountable enough, and they're not accessible enough.
Yeah.
Those 2 ways were massive takeaways for me, because I'm like, oh, my. That means all of these digital programs that we're trying to build aren't exactly what we want. I loved that, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, but I always say that because that comes from my own experience. Well, I mean, I had bought a program that was a 3K offer, where there was supposed to be a Q&A session, and person that the coach that I bought it from wasn't even in the Facebook group that I joined. That is not accessibility. And the reason why most entrepreneurs don't get results in a program is no one holds them accountable. That is the fact, right? And what happened with me with all the tech was that I built a wall between me and my audience. So how could I hold them accountable if they didn't meet me? They didn't meet me until they maybe signed up for a different program in my app and I did a live training. How could I hold them accountable? I couldn't, right? I wasn't accessible. I didn't close that gap in the market where people need accessibility and they need accountability and support, of course, right?
Of
so
course.
It's kind of
and they need income and consistent revenue and all these other things.
Everything else in the business, right? To get a result, and that is really important. So when people join this summit, we're going to share the link in the comment section for everyone that wants to sign up. It's a free summit, so take this opportunity. Just check on the page. Just check on the speakers. I just say that. Just go and check on the speakers because I did. I actually looked everybody up. I checked out everybody on LinkedIn. Yeah, so it's massive value. But what is if you can pinpoint, what is the biggest breakthrough people are going to have when they participate in this summit?
That's a great question. And I think what it really boils down to is this summit actually touches on so many parts of the individual, from the mind to the execution to the accounting to, I mean, it's a small MBA, literally. It's a master's degree in what you need to show up with every day. So I believe every single person that shows up is going to have a much bigger toolbox than they did before. Each speaker has a giveaway that's either an ebook, a checklist, a call, a meeting, something along those lines that has a direct result. So I can't go into all of the detail because that gives it all away, but understand you're going to walk away with hundreds of years of experience that you couldn't buy anywhere else.
No, you actually couldn't. That is impossible. You need to buy all the coaches programs if you wanted that, right?
And it would end up costing hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars and years and years and years of time.
Yeah, and this is free.
And they get it in 1 month.
For free. And there is an upgrade. Yeah, in 1 month. There is an opportunity to upgrade. What do they get if they upgrade?
If they upgrade, they can get access to all of the speaker interviews forever. Yeah, that includes the links to the downloads and the access points. Plus, it's so inexpensive. It's crazy. So you're going to make hay in your business. That's the biggest thing you're going to walk away with. Yeah,
and the upgrade is just $47, right?
Just $47.
Yeah. So I really recommend that. And I signed up myself because I want to see all the other speakers, and I have some favorites, of course, that I'm going to watch. Yours and a couple of others that I checked out on. I stalked them kind of on LinkedIn. So, and I'm going to talk about, of course. That's the whole point. Yeah,
right? That's the whole point. Every single one of these speakers is accessible. That's one of the other parts to this. And that's, you stalked them. We're going to use your word. Yeah. But if you connect with them, you can get longer term value out of each of them as well.
Absolutely. And that is what I love being a part of this kind of communities and summits and stuff like that. It's bring people together. And I jump on every opportunity that I have to share my story from going from this overwhelmed tech thing to simplicity and actually grow my business to 6 figures while living in the truck. A lot of people in this group already know me, but here this group that this is going to stream have so many people joining every day. So I built my first business in fitness. I had all the tech tools, I had funnels, I had everything, and I closed it all down and I started to do challenges. And I was working as a truck driver, and I lived in the truck from Sunday to Thursday every week. And I actually launched from the truck cabin. And I'm going to share my story, how I love simplicity, how you can simplify things to save time, mental health and a lot of struggle, right?
Right.
And the link will be in the comment section, and it starts now on Thursday. So make sure you sign up, so you jump in on day one and get all the benefits from their summits. And it's going to start 11 a.m. Pacific, and that is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is 8 p.m. Central European Time if you're based in Europe. So make sure you grab a spot. Okay, make sure you grab a spot. So
grab a spot. All the recordings are available for 48 hours. So that includes the lives. So the other part to the lives is that if you have a burning question, you know, for this first one, it's all about the money matters of your business. But if you have a burning question, get in the group, get into the live, ask them live. The panel will answer them live.
That is amazing. So you can actually ask questions live.
Yes.
That is so. Make sure you sign up, because you don't want to miss this. This is an amazing opportunity, and since you have the recordings for 48 hours, right? Correct. You have all the chances to catch up during the days. So I want to thank you.
If you miss, you can upgrade for a small fee of $47.
Yeah, I get all the recordings. Can they upgrade during the month?
Yes, we're going to keep the upgrade open through the conference. Post-conference, we're going to revert back to its normal price of $97.
Oh, that's great. So during the entire, so if you miss something, yeah, you can just upgrade and you have all the recordings, right?
Exactly.
So I want to thank you so much, but I want to have one last question for you, actually.
Perfect.
If you can give people one valuable thing to take with them from today, what would that be? Something small that they can take with them.
Something small they can take with them. Okay. One quick trick for amplifying your business is to do one of three things every single day. So I'm actually going to give you three things. Number one, reach out to 10 people that you wouldn't have reached out to anyway, because if you're not prospecting, you're not growing. Number two, wake up 60 minutes earlier and do an hour of work on your business. Don't look at emails, don't look at social media, don't do anything else. Spend 1 hour in creative mode. And then number three, work out every day for 20-minute minimum. That's it. You do those three things, you're going to have the energy to grow your business. You'll have the ability to grow your business because you'll have people, and you'll have more products to sell.
That's perfect. And I'm going to type those down and put in the comment section. So everybody have those three tips. If people want to reach you, where can they find you?
The easiest way, you can find me at tom@hobbsolutions.com by email. HobbSolutions.com is the website. I have a newsletter, so you can get access to that. The registration is right at the top of the fold on HobbSolutions.com. I'm on LinkedIn primarily, and I live in Facebook these days too.
Oh yeah, you do. So LinkedIn may be a good way.
LinkedIn's probably the easiest.
Yeah.
Yep.
So thank you so much, everyone, and thank you for watching. I will make sure to put the link in the comment section on all platforms where this is streaming. And take this opportunity. It starts on Thursday. You do not want to miss it. And thank you so much for being a part of this quick weekly business bites, Tom. So it was amazing to have you here. I don't have so many guests on this because it's just short videos, so this was really fun.
This was fun. Thank you for putting it out there.
Thank you. So next week I am back, and then I will be back on Monday. So it's the same time. It's 4 p.m. Central European Time. That is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I'm going to talk about how you can, the secret behind creating a six-figure launch, even if we are in a recession that we are right now. So join me next week, and thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you.